Welcome back, WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and Baltimore positive. Nothing more positive than a break for the holidays, the smells of the holidays and baking, and a weekend of football ahead. All of it can be enjoyed even further with our friends from Taharka Brothers. If you have not ordered the special, very special Baltimore Positive special, it's Baltimore Positive because that's the code. You save $15.70 off the 8-pack. Just the pink bus goes through the city, round and around. Now employee-owned, great local story, even better local ice cream. I am headed over there right after I get off the horn with Leonard Raskin here to pick up some peppermint bark as well as some fresh eggnog, which is perfect for the season. You know what else is perfect for the season, Leonard Raskin? A 3-game purple winning streak. Little different than it felt around here before that Dallas game, right?
Hey, it's all good. We had a nice resurgence there Sunday afternoon. And hey, what are you going to do? You should have beat Jacksonville like a rented mule, and they did.
Too bad we didn't beat him like that in Wembley, right? I mean,
yes,
that was
hey, I almost saw the same score, right? What was it, 47-7?
When the Ravens were just kicking their ass, like early in the fourth quarter, late in the third, it wasn't
47.
quite like Lamar wasn't out, but they ran the tape of it. 3 years ago, the last time these teams got together over at Wembley, and I'm like, you had to wait till 3:30 to bring that up. I mean, I don't want to hear about that right now. I wanted
the same score, though. I wanted to see us pulverize them. Like 55-0 would have been fine with me.
Well, it was brought up that there was some running up-ness going on over in Wembley 3 years ago. But, hey, they defended the honor. Now they have to do that against the Giants. But more than that, we're now down to the nitty-gritty where, like, there are these other 6 games where Indianapolis, Miami, Cleveland, we're watching what they're doing.
Somebody's got to lose. Somebody's got to lose.
Well, Pittsburgh could screw us by losing the next 2 games. Yeah,
they could.
I looked at. I did the math on this. I know you're good with the banking and the finance and all, but I'm good with the magic number on 6 and how this thing's going to happen. First things first, the Ravens take care of business. They looked better on Sunday. They're playing a JV squad, right? I mean, it's obvious.
Yep.
But that being said, problems in the back end with the cornerbacks and not having a lot of depth. But more than that, just getting back to doing what they do, which is running the football.
Absolutely. Power football. And if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the game. And they played great right there. A lot of sacks. I think they have more sacks than the whole season.
Well, felt that way.
A couple guys had a good day. Look, if you're going to throw an interception, why not follow it up with a safety?
Correct. Yeah, we don't need Lamar throwing that pass in January for sure.
Yeah, right. We don't need any of that. But otherwise, look like a good team on Sunday. They played good ball, ran the ball hard. Interesting to see Mark Ingram as a healthy scratch.
Well, that was a numbers game issue. Very clearly, they did not have enough players. Well, and he doesn't play special teams. So the fact that
the guys.
He got on the field for 1 or 2 plays last week. So, like, getting players on the field when you make that cut down, that's really where it's at. And, I talked to Luke about this. Dez Bryant, Calais Campbell, Jimmy Smith, flows out. They have guys that are of the point where this could look a little bit different, I think, based on the fact that these veteran guys, Mark Ingram being completely healthy on January 9th, and Luke would make a case that he's their 4th best running back, right behind Lamar, Gus, and certainly J.K. Dobbins, your Ohio State guy who's doing well. I don't start singing Hang On Sloop here, the Buckeye song. You don't need to do that.
None of that for me. None of that.
You're giving them enough money for your kids' education. You don't need to sing the songs too. But that being said, Mark Ingram being a guy that was such a huge leadership part of this team. They talk so much about Dez Bryant now. All of that bodes well. They have veteran voices through this holiday period to try to keep them on point so they don't lose in one of these 2 games. And certainly if they get to January 9th or 10th, that they're going to be in a position to win a game.
I agree. And he can come in the playoffs and maybe stack up a few. It'd be fine. I think the big thing is getting the rest of everybody healthy, and that'd be good. And hey, they just look good ball. They look good ball. Again, who cares who you're playing? You got to play well against the ones you're supposed to play well against. And we could have said the same thing earlier in the year. They should have beat New England, but they didn't.
you don't get points when you beat, a team like that. You know what I mean? No matter, I said it could have been 50-0. That's what I tweeted early in the. I'm like, this could be 50-0.
Right, but it's
It
better
could have
that
been
it was
50-0, right? I mean,
but that was fine. I'm thrilled that it could have been 50-0 or was. I'd rather see that than 21-14 over those guys. Look, the Jets won a game.
by the way, I called DJ Fluker Flozell Adams. I screwed that up, but you know what I meant. And
right,
Willie Snead's another guy. I mean, they have veterans in most every room on the team, right? Like at a point where there are some hungry cats on this team who want to win, and some Lamars and some Marlon Humphreys and some Brandon Williamses that are pissed off about being around here losing the last couple of years, right?
Absolutely, and it's time. As I said, I think it was last week when we spoke, we're not good as a number 1 seed. Let's go in as the 7 and kick some NFL playoff booty.
Yeah, well, that begins with number 8, right? And when he goes out and starts looking special and doing those kinds of things, and it really looks to me to be more of where the offense is designed, that maybe they were trying to get away from that back in October. Clearly, it was not as effective as doing what they're doing. But I'm also of the mindset that you cannot have Lamar run into linebackers 15 or 18 times a game, 16 times in a row. COVID notwithstanding, that this is the time of the year where, all right, these next 2 games, get what you need to get. Get Calais Campbell right. Get Jimmy Smith as right as he's going to be. Keep Mark Ingram right. Get all of that right so that on January the 9th, you are ready to go out and play a month of tournament football. Literally.
Whoever you got to play. And there are some tough challenges at the top of the conference, that's for sure. I don't know who's
you have a preferred
down.
place? I mean, do you rather go to Tennessee, rather go to Pittsburgh, rather go to Kansas City?
Right. Which of those 3 do you want? I like Buffalo. I love Buffalo.
Well, you get weather. Weather probably doesn't affect this team here the way it affects other. Although Lamar looked pretty cold. I don't know. Lamar, Florida.
He does. He does look cold.
He looks colder on the bench than Joe did. Let's say.
Right. I think they need a special heater for him. He does look cold on the sidelines.
Well, I asked him in the postgame about the post-COVID, 6 days before he was getting IVs. That's another thing with this team that Harbaugh alluded to right in the aftermath, which is they've been getting ready on 6 and 6 and 6,
5,
right?
Yeah,
I mean, like they have been playing on a different kind of clock. These next 2 weeks, getting an extra day, getting some rest, having Mark Andrews and Hollywood Brown and Lamar Jackson look – sprite, right? I mean, even the offensive line looked like it had a little bouncy bounce in it, right?
Maybe some of them weren't sick, just tested positive. Maybe a couple of them were a little more than just tested positive, but it's like a 2-week bye. And they had 2.5, 3 weeks. So maybe they're ready for the rest of the season a little more fresh. Who knows?
Well, in the aftermath of COVID, if you would have said they were going to win 3 out of 4 games, you'd have been okay with that, right? However you took that, you'd have been okay with that.
Well, how about for the Cleveland Browns? They're what's his name? They're the guy that's crashed the guy with the helmet, Myles
Garrett, yes.
Yeah. He was breathing heavy during the Sunday game, and they said he was still getting lung treatments from COVID.
Well, this is going to be an ongoing
breathing a little
thing.
Hard,
Well, there are going to be more guys that are going to come down with it too. We haven't. Patrick Mahomes is not safe yet. Aaron Rodgers is not safe yet.
Patrick Mahomes, and Hill. On the day the Ravens play. Maybe
they lost the running back.
Maybe they have to go to quarantine.
Running back Claire Edwards, wound up going off the field late into the night.
Yeah.
I mean, late in that game, and I'm like, oh, man, that's not what you want to see.
Knee ankle, I think it was.
Yeah, left side, kid. Not good.
Sharp kid with LSU, yeah.
My man Leonard Raskin is here doing all things football and also finance as we get up. I know you had some words you wanted to say because it's holiday week. You have so many clients. You've been around Baltimore forever. I can show the website and wear the gear and pull out the lip balm, which I've been using, by the way, as well as the investments here, which I've not been using because I've been eating too much too many eggnog. I've just been doing all cookies. I was into macadamia nut cookies this morning. I started thinking about my neighbor, Miss Edie's butter cookies when I was a little boy, and I'm thinking, man, I'd sell my soul for one of those this week. So I'm into the holiday spirit. What do you got this week? I mean, this is a week where you hope all your clients shut down and go and have a good time with their family, right?
Absolutely. Stay healthy. Stay with the family. Enjoy the holiday season. lots of businesses shut down between Christmas and New Year. So that's a nice little gift for, I would say it's a nice little gift for the employees, except most of the employees have been working at home all year. So maybe they should open. Maybe companies should open and people should come to work between Christmas and New Year's.
I'm working on Monday.
To get
Anybody else
to get a
wants
little
to work,
flavor, a little flavor for what it's like to be in the office instead of at home with your family. Make sure your year-end I's are dotted, T's are crossed. We just are hopeful that maybe this week we get a little signature on another relief bill. Congress is going to send out, for those that have been hit by this thing really badly and unemployed, Congress is going to be sending out a new unemployment check to those folks. That can't come at a better time than the holiday. Another incentive check's supposed to be coming. Everybody that got an incentive check before should get one now. $600 a piece. Not $1,200 like it was last time, but $600. At least they're
well,
sending
it's
out
$1,200
something.
if you count me and my wife. That's
right. It was 24. Now it's 12. But the thing is,
that's the new math, Leonard.
That's right. I'm not into the new math. But I'll tell you what. My biggest gripe here with our government friends, and that's whether it's local, national.
You only
Congress,
have one gripe, or this is just the biggest one?
This is the main gripe. The main gripe is we all need to play by the same rules. I mean, how long have you heard with COVID since March? We're all in this together. Well, we're all in this together, except I don't remember the mayor and the governor and Congress and the president not getting paid. So, when your business and my business and a lot of restaurants, a lot of small businesses around town got shut down, they got shut down. And that means for a small business owner, no paycheck. And when Congress and they're fighting over whether we should get 600 or 900 or unemployment should be 300 or 600 a week for folks that are out of work that effectively they've put out of work, it'd be nice to know that Congress wasn't getting paid as well.
Yeah, if the government took your job away,
they should
be first in line.
They should take their pay away too.
Well, now, the really gross part to me this week were the vaccines coming in and politicians getting in line in front of doctors. I get that Biden, Trump, Pence, and Kamala. Okay, I'll hear those four.
Right.
From that point on, maybe I would hear the governors of each state to some degree. But Brandon Scott should not be getting a shot before the folks over at Mercy do.
No, you're right.
Nobody should be,
That's right. The frontline folks should be getting it. And I'll tell you what, if you're an anti-vaxxer, if you're one of these people that are against the vaccine whole thing, you think it's got a chip in it, or you think they're going to kill you with it or something like that, I'll tell you, if you're one of those folks, then, it'd be okay if you got the government doing it, because you'd be happy with Congress all getting sick from it before you got sick from it. But if you're a normal human and you don't believe that they're trying to kill us with a vaccine, then yeah, I'm with you 100%. The medical professionals out there deserve to get theirs and be able to help us all through this. And they've worked, God knows, long
I
and
don't
hard.
want to see Patrick Mahomes getting a shot before the doctors over at Hopkins. I just don't.
Well, the NFL, Goodell did step up and say they weren't going to jump in line. I give him credit for something. Give him credit for that.
I would think there's going to be a hell of a black market for that. I'm just saying. So, hey, Leonard, I tell you what.
For syringes?
No, just to get in line first. I mean, do you want your shot now, or do you want it in June? Or do you want it in August? Or do you want it next December?
There's a website you can go on if anybody wants to check it out. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but
getinlinenow.com?
Something. If you Google, no, not that one. If you Google it, there's like a New York Times something site for COVID. You can put your particulars in, not your name, but your age, your what you do, etc. It'll tell you where you fall in line. I think I'm 249 millionth.
My wife is in line in front of me because of her, her pre-existing conditions and her diabetes. But
so you put your stuff in there. It tells you where you fall.
This time last year we came back from Asia. My wife fell ill, right after Christmas when she got back, and spent about a month and a half pretty sick. Was in ER twice. We believe we had it. I don't know what the antibodies mean, and I don't know anywhere that it's just been explained to me. Now we got this other thing coming from the UK, and you know what I'm doing, Len? I'm staying home and I'm eating some friggin' Taharka Brothers ice cream. That's what I'm doing, and I'm building the next great site here at Baltimore Positive, and I'm looking out for my clients, and they're looking out for me, and we're looking out for the listeners with good information. We're watching football, and, I don't usually do what the government tells me, but I'm washing my hands, I'm wearing a mask, and I'm staying home right now and trying to keep it cool as best I can. I'm going to step out, get what I have to get, but for the winter and for the next couple months, I'm not going to be the freak out guy. I'm going to be the we're going to make it, guy. We're going to be
That's
fine.
Right. There you go.
Just
It's all going to be good.
Hang in
My wife,
there. Let's
my
all
wife
hang
is
in.
an incredible baker. And she's got the chocolate chip cookies and the
Let's go.
German lace cookies and the butter cookies and the peanut butter cookies and the fudge.
Oh, well, you said butter cookies?
It's all coming. Everything. It's all coming. And I'll tell you what, we are.
I don't need a big tin, Leonard. Just a little one.
There you go.
Just a little.
There you go. We're going to be eating good over the holidays and gaining lots of college football playoff, NFL playoff weight.
You know what, man? I'm done, dog. I don't even need a tin. You could just go paper plate and maybe like a little cellophane.
a little cellophane on top.
Saran wrap. Put a napkin in there.
Frisbee it over to you. We'll do that.
You know what I want? I want those little cookies that they make where they put the powdered sugar. It's almost like the Greek cookies that are like. I'm going to talk to Dennis about this because I don't know what he'll know the name for them, but. I've been craving cookies. All I do is talk about ice cream. And, of course, when all you do is talk about ice cream, all you want is cookies. If I talked about cookies, all I want is pie.
We got the gingerbread. We got the German lace. We got you name it, she's baking it. It's all good.
Bring it over. I'm all about it. I'm all about the, one of each is what I would say. And I'll have the sampler of my Royal Farms coffee. Leonard Raskin is here. He's Raskin Global. Tell everybody what you do in a nutshell so that if they have these needs next year or someone they know or, a lot of cases, folks, they're willed money. Someone dies. They're given money. They come in. When they find this money, a lot of folks, lottery ticket for crying out loud. They don't know what to do with it, right?
Don't know what to do. We do everything money. We start with budgeting. Make sure you got enough to spend on the things that you want and need. Make sure that you're in great shape there. Once you got that budget nailed down, then we got to make sure you have enough emergency money. Because COVID this year has taught everybody that emergency savings is critical. You can't rely on the government. Can't necessarily rely on your company. You got to make sure you have the wherewithal to weather the storm. Sometimes it's COVID, God forbid it's cancer or a layoff or whatever it may be. Then we talk about the rest. How do you protect it? How do you make sure your estate's right? How do you make sure your wills are right? Your insurance is right. Retirement accounts. Can't tell you the number of times we find people with bad beneficiary designations. Money left to an ex-spouse. Money left to minor children. Problems. You got to make sure these beneficiaries are right if something happens. And then how do you save it? How do you invest it so you can create your American dream? How do you do the things that are most important to you and your family throughout your lifetime and make sure your money works for you harder than you work for it? And so that's what we're about. We're about making sure people get to have the American dream. They get to fulfill on a life that they could only dream about. And that whether that's a home, buying your first home, buying your fifth home, whether it's getting the car fixed, whether it's investing for college or investing for trade school or investing to buy a business, whatever that's about, we're here to help you make that happen. And that's what it's all about, man, making sure that money and people come together in a way that they're meant to come together. Some people say they have a portfolio problem or they have an insurance company problem. We like to say we have portfolios with people problems. You just don't understand what you don't understand. So get to a professional that knows what they're talking about. We've been doing this 33 years in the Hunt Valley area. We service clients in 23 states, but we love to have local folks that we can help create local dreams.
Well, I would say this. I had one dream for 2021 right now. It's very small, all right? This is my ask for 2021. If at some point, and I said this to Todd Schuler earlier, I said, if in 2021 I can sit on the lawn at Meriwether Post for a concert that I want to go to, there's something I really want to see, and I can just have a beer with a couple of friends and listen to, doesn't matter. There's 1,000 artists it could be. I mean, it could be Train, it could be Sheryl Crow, it could be Cheap Trick, it could be Robert Plant, it could be Hart, it could be anybody. Dario Speedwagon, I don't care who it is. Foghat. I mean, it could be anybody. Not Jethro Tull. Never Jethro Tull. Anything but Jethro Tull. But
You're not about the flute?
I'm not about the flute. No, I'm not about the flute. But what I'm saying is I want a summer concert. I want an outdoor concert. And that's what I want. I mean, a lot of folks say I want an Oriole game or I want a Raven game or I want a, whatever it is. I will deem 2021 successful when I'm on the lawn at Meriwether having a beer, an overpriced beer too.
That's it. $10 beer. It's good stuff.
Little things, the little things in life. Leonard Raskin's here to help you get the little things to get the big things. Save the little things so it adds up to a big thing. Raskin Global, they're on the front of my shirt. You can go to raskinglobal.com. We'll be telling you about them all throughout 2021. Hopefully we're talking about a playoff team here in a week or two, right?
Here's open.
Put the seatbelt on. Save the cookies a little bit for dipping in the milk and the coffee and the hot chocolate on the wintry day. Have a beautiful holiday the rest of the week here and enjoy. And we'll see you next week, all right?
You got it.
Beat the Giants. There he goes. Leonard Raskin.
Amen.
You can find me nasty at WNST.net. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, anywhere you are. We all come together. The new hat. I got it on crooked. My wife would always tell me, your hat's on crooked. We are WNST.net, AM 1570. Taos in Baltimore. My hair's getting long. We never stop talking. Baltimore, positive.